Hello, true art believers, and welcome to tonight's super ultra late live stream. This is Pierson here. I am the number one live art streamer in the world, and you are watching 500 Days of Drawing, and it is day 413. Uh, Running a tad bit late today, so we're just going to kind of jump right to it and knock out these 30 minutes of just simple knock out these 30 minutes of grid work and labor, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I was going to say. And hello and welcome. I hope you're doing wonderful tonight. It's a night, that's for sure. It's very late. I been busy, man. Been busy. Just been overwhelmed with the amount of labor I have to do. So it's been a late night. We're gonna be doing working on my grid here. I don't even know where I'm at on this. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to X out the areas that I've worked on, so that I at least have an idea of like what I'm doing, right? So we're gonna knock out the areas that I believe that I've done, and we're just gonna X out the top these areas here. So let's see, I'm done with that, done with that, done with that. We're done with that. We're not gonna work on these anymore that I need. Like I'm not gonna work on them. It's just a waste of time right now. Done that, and we're saying we've done that. And this looks like I've done this one as well. I think what I haven't done is probably like right around here. This is okay. Let's say I've done this, and I'll start work on this one. It feels like I need to make it a little bit brighter than what I have here, and we're just gonna move from there. But yeah, man, late night, late night, man. That's the story of my life, man. It's like, ah. I've gotten used to it though, actually. I've gotten used to being like kind of tired, but like I guess tired in the sense that I'm just so just like mentally fatigued, right? Um like my body is saying, "Hey, you can do this. You can kind of do it." How well you can do it is that's very questionable, you know. So it's just been a very long day. I had a lot of things going on. I went to like so many places today. I went to a ton of locations, just like everywhere. I was just everywhere and drove everywhere. And it's been exhausting, man. It's been exhausting. Um, and I even exercised. Like I got home, I was gone all day doing like errands, doing my eBay thing, trying to get like a little side hustle going on. You know what I'm saying? We're all like the world's tough right now, right? So you're trying to make as much, not as much money, but like you're trying to make ends meet in as any way that you can, right? So like started a little eBay sales on like online, and that takes time. And I started this little like a project for shelves, and I started it, and it was yeah, it was good. Um, it's turning out well. I'm still kind of learning. I haven't done shelves in a while. My main thing about doing shelves, I was telling someone about it. I was like, I just am very OCD about getting my screws and the studs, and I was pretty much told that yeah, you can feel it when you're screwing in there. Like yeah, I know you can feel the resistance when you're putting a screw into a stud, but what I am concerned about is if I'm getting in the center of the stud. I want to make sure that I'm hitting the center of the stud, not like unfortunately you can you can claim that you get the center of the stud. Maybe you have to have a really, really, really good stud finder. Maybe I have a really cheap stud finder. I might have to do some research and kind of like look into like what's the best stud finder ever, you know, and maybe get that right. That might ease my nerves with regards to you drilling into studs. Um, I don't know. Like I think anyone that's doing that type of project wants to make sure that their shelves are properly secured to the studs, because if they're not, then you could have a major accident. So that's what I'm concerned about. Like I'm pretty I was pretty OCD about checking up on this whether or not I was getting the screws in the studs. And I think I'm doing an okay job. I don't know. I don't have X-ray vision. I'm not Superman, so I can't really make that like judgment call, right? So it's I was doing that all day, all kinds of stuff, man, just everywhere. But boy, am I tired. Like, you ever been so tired that like there's a delay in your vision, like there's a lag, like like your your vision's kind of trailing off if you move too fast, if you move your head too fast or you blink. That's what it's like. I'm pretty exhausted. It's because I've been going on we're going almost to like 19 hours or so, like a 19-hour day, a 19-hour day, and I'm probably not I'm going to try my best to get up at 5. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. Uh I don't know, man. Like it's rough. It is getting rough. Um but I think, as I was saying, like I think I'm getting accustomed to it. I'm getting accustomed to like get being really really tired. But I also think my body's saying, you know what, since Matt over here is not um he's not giving us the right up like the ample amount of sleep that we need, right? We're going to get the best amount of sleep the best sleep we can get in the time that he's allowing us to get it, right? Maybe like my body's saying that to me, like maybe that's what my body's doing, like is trying to like get hyper like productive, like efficient with this my sleep, right? That'd be great. Like that'd be great if I could get like less sleep and still feel like I got 8 hours. That would be amazing. So I'm not really I'm not gonna lie here. When I'm doing this grid right now, and I'm talking, I'm like I'm like half present with this grid drawing. Like I'm half there. I'm not really in tune with the drawing, if that makes any sense. And what I mean by like half present is like when you're drawing, you typically have to be kind of like cognitively aware of what you're doing, or at least aware of your surroundings, aware of your visual surroundings. And um because it's so late, and it's been like pretty much the case for a lot of my live streams as of late, is I've just been kind of like winging it almost, like just like we're just gonna let the the body kind of do its thing, right? Kind of go on automatic mode, or not, right? And just kind of automatically draw these squares. Like I am looking at this, but I'm not perfectly copying, because I'm not really concerned about it anymore. I was when I first started it, I was like trying my best to kind of get it really close. But now my goal is just to kind of get it like similar in shape and form. And then that's it. Like that's all my goal is for this, is to get it similar. Um, yeah, that's it. I've been just really tired. I've been doing these lives really late, and it's hard. It's a hard thing. I was at work and I was like dreading this time. I was dreading coming in to do the live because I'm like, you know what? I need to do my live. I also want to exercise. Been trying to make it a point to a point to exercise and like weight train or something, just like doing some sort of exercise, because I think it's important to kind of physically challenge yourself. And I knew that I was going to do that later on today, after work, and I was like, oh man, I don't. I know. I told myself like I know I'm going to be getting out at like after 10:30, 10:30, 11, right? I know that that's going to happen, and I also know that there's going to be a lag between me doing anything productive and when I get home. I think that's with everyone. Could you like? I would. I would wager. I would make a bet that pretty much everyone that gets home from work doesn't hop to like another like mentally draining activity or another thing that's gonna require some brain power or like it. I mean, like I'm not saying that you won't the person. A lot of individuals don't do that. I'm saying like they don't go. Most people just don't go from one job and then literally hop to another. Like I'm not talking about people that have 2 jobs and they go to one job and then they hop to another job. I'm talking about, like, people that have just one job and they get home, but they also have, like, a passion or some sort of, like, side job that they do on the side, for extra cash. They don't just I don't think excuse me. I don't think, they just hop right to their their next activity. I just don't think that's the case. But I could be wrong. Maybe I'm the outlier because I know that when I get home, I don't hop right to working out or exercise or doing my live. There was about an hour where I was eating and I did nothing. I just did nothing. I was at the dinner table just kind of eating, and I was kind of trying to psych myself out, really. I was trying to psych myself out and not do this because I know I didn't want to do it late. I'd never want to do these things late. I don't think anyone besides like night owls want to do. I'm talking about real owls though. No, besides like night owls want to do something like this late at night. It's not really fun. It's kind of it can sap out the enjoyment out of it, but also it's I think the part that makes it not fun is it's just like you're already tired, exhausted, right? And oh, excuse me, man, that's how tired I am. 5, 15, 20-second long yawns. Um, but yeah, it's just it's just not enjoyable to do it late at night, this late. But if it'd be different if I was a night owl, and like I used to be a night owl. Gosh, I used to be a major night owl. I used to be like three a.m. was like my normal bedtime for like years, um, and then I had to wake up early, uh, and then I had to wake up early, and it's just 3 a.m. did not become my bedtime. It became the time I had to get up. Uh, But yeah, it's like weird. Uh, that reminds me of a time like a friend of mine, and like not just my friend of mine, but like other people that I know. They like I find them weird in the sense that like they've gotten up for years and years and years at like 4 a.m., 3 a.m. and they can never they can't. They're like I just wake up at that time now, and like I just can't change schedules, and I just thought to myself, you know what, I either I'm weird or they're weird because I remember I for like 5 years I had to wake up at like 5 a.m. every morning, or whatever it's 4:45, 4:50. Who cares? um and um Unless I'm forcing myself to wake up at that time, I know that I will not wake up at that time just by default. Um, and perhaps I have to do that active like wake up at that time for years and years and years. I don't know. I don't know, but like I always found it fascinating. Like I have friends who do that. Like they like wake up at 4 o'clock. I can't I cannot not wake up at 4 a.m. now. Like no matter how hard I try, I'll wake up at 4. Uh, and I'm like, I don't know. Maybe that's one of the weird things about me is like I can't be conditioned to do things um without actually training myself to do it and forcing myself to do it. Um because I just don't get conditioned that this doesn't work for me. Uh, because if that was the case, I'd be getting up at 5 o'clock on the dot every day because I've been doing that forever. But I do it out of necessity. I don't do it because I've been conditioned and programmed to wake up at that time, and I don't know how other people will do that. I just I don't know if it's a gift or a curse. I think it can be a gift in the sense that it allows me to alter my sleeping schedule on a whim, but also can be a curse in a sense that um, I can't train myself to do that or train my brain to wake me up at that time. I don't know what to say. That's just a weird thing to me. Being able to can train yourself to wake up. I don't know. I thought it's just so weird to me. It's I had something on the tip of my tongue where I can't I don't train my I can't can be conditioned, and but I don't I'm trying to find another way of explaining it other than, oh, I'm conditioned to do that. No, it has to do with something else a little bit more deeper than that. Maybe I don't know. Um, all I know is that it's very hard for me to establish a set sleeping schedule or sleeping pattern, even if I do it over and over again. What was it Terrell Owens said something was it Terrell Owens? No, that's a football player. Uh, Terrence, I don't know his name. Um, he said you want to you do something for 21 days, it becomes part of you, becomes a habit, you know. And I think there's some truth to that. But the habit, having a habit of doing something and actually just being programmed and trained to do it are two different things. Having a habit is something that you kind of do through willpower, and the program being programmed and training yourself to do that is you're literally doing there is no mental argument between you. You don't even have to think about doing it. You just do that thing. So people that wake up at 4 a.m., it doesn't even they may be tired, yeah, but their body will just wake them up regardless of how tired they are, and they can't go back to sleep. I would always I just can't seem to no matter how hard I try, I can't do that. As I said, if that was the case, I would be waking up at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. because my last my the not my previous job, but the two jobs before that, I was waking up at 5 a.m., 3 a.m. One I was waking up at 3:30 a.m. in the morning for a year, and the other one I was waking up at 5 a.m. for about 5. And then if that doesn't train me to wake myself up at 5, if I don't wake up myself up, if I'm not waking up myself at 5 without even an alarm clock, then I don't know what will. It kind of reminds me of this lady I was listening to. Her, I don't know what her name is, but she espouses. Um, she talks about her thing is she talks about this method called the 5-3-5-4-3, the 5 second rule or something. I think it might be called that. I don't know. Where you repeat backwards 5-4-3-2-1, and it's supposed to in your brain, subconscious brain, kind of stop a habit cycle, because that the way that when you count backwards, it stops. You think your brain is going in a different, like, it's your brain is activating in a different area than it normally does, and it's supposed to like create a call to action. So like in theory, you're supposed to like, if you want to wake up at 5 a.m. or 4 a.m., the alarm rings, and what you're supposed to do to yourself is supposed to say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you just wake up. You get up out of the bed, right? Because it's supposed to kind of like shake things up psychologically. And I do that occasionally, but it doesn't like work the way that it worked for her or some other people. Like it for me, I'll go like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I'll still be sitting down or in the bed, and I'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll do it again and then, and I'll do it like 20 times, and then the last time I say it, I'm like, okay, here we go, and I launch myself out of bed, just like how she says it had happened to her. Oh, excuse me, but I don't like it. Just doesn't work for me. It's weird how, like, I don't know. Maybe this is like, maybe that's like the the way. Maybe it's the way that artists' brains are wired. Maybe they're wired a little bit differently. Like maybe in order to be an artist in any fashion, it doesn't have to in any form or another. Like musician, realist, abstract artist, digital artist, sculptor, you know, composer, whatever you want to be. Maybe there is something in the brain chemistry of like artists that kind of constantly question things or look at things in a different lens than the average person. At least that's what I feel like. Sometimes, sometimes I don't feel like that. Sometimes I feel like a regular old person, just like doing my day to day. And I think that's a good thing too. Like, it's kind of nice. It'd be. I don't know what it's like actually. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I don't know what it is to kind of be like regular in anything. Not like regular as in like, oh, I'm just a regular old Joe. I'm talking about like in the way that I perceive the world is slightly different than probably the average person. I think it has to do with like just artist. You're as an artist, you're like looking at things at a different in a different perspective always, for better or for worse. You know, you're looking at it. Oh my gosh, I'm doing like the world records, Guinness Book of World Records longest yawn. I should sign that up because I am yawning, man. There's a yawn and a storm here. Do you think there is a world record for the world's longest yawn? I wonder if there is. My contact is about to come out of my face. That's for sure. Oh my gosh. Don't you hate that when you rub your eyes and your contact rolls up in your eyelid, and you're either trying to flatten it out by blinking, or you have to take it out yourself with your hands and then put it back in. Um, yeah, put it back in the I don't know what I was gonna say. Oh, put it back in your eye. Oh yeah. This is probably one of the more gross things I've experienced. I didn't experience this, but one of the more gross things that I heard a roommate tell me is they were driving a long distance. They were driving, and their contact fell out on the ground, on their lap or on their cheek. When your contact falls out, sometimes it's like right below your eye, or like, yeah, it's in a weird spot. But sometimes it falls in your cheek, sometimes it falls in your shirt, sometimes it falls all the way down to the ground. But he told me, man, yeah, my contact went out, fell on my eye, and I didn't want to stop, so I put the contact in my mouth for like 3 hours. I'm like, what? Yeah, I put it in my mouth for like 3 hours so I could put it in the sanitizer solution when I was done. It's like you put that stuff in your mouth for like you put your contact in your mouth for 3 hours or 4 hours or 5 hours, however long his commute was, right? And you shove your contact in your mouth. Come on, man, that's gross. That's super gross. But you did it. And I'd be afraid that like once you do stuff like that, like whenever you have those, if you ever had contacts and there was like a little bit of dirt on the contact, and then you put it on, and your eye goes like crazy. It's like, oh my gosh, there's my eye is on fire because like your eye is super sensitive to dirt and grease and such. So like, yeah, it's like on fire. But I can only imagine what it felt like when he put that contact back in, even after you put it in solution for a couple days, you know. But I found that to be very, very, very interesting, but kind of a weird thing to do. It's like I would have just stopped the car and put the contact in a case, because that would be the logical thing to do. But apparently, it was not. It was like a secondary thing. Anyways, that was weird. That's a weird thing to be talking about. I'm doing pretty good today, even though I stopped looking where oh yeah, I'm doing okay. But it's late. It's oh my gosh. I don't even want to look at the clock. I only know that once this live stream's over, literally gonna crawl into bed. It's been a long day. It's been close to 20 hours, 24 hours, 20 hours of just oh, excuse me, of working. 20 hours of working, like 5 a.m. to 1 a.m. That's what it's like. That's my day, literally 5 a.m. to 1 a.m. Don't bear in mind that that's not like it's not always like that, but it is definitely there is definitely a it's definitely it's been happening a lot more often than it should. And I it's been just trying to figure out ways that I can go around it because I definitely, don't get me wrong, I love doing the live streams. I don't like doing them at 1 a.m. in the morning. I don't. I don't have. I don't wake up at 8 or 9 or 10. You know, I get told I'm totally jealous of the person that's able to sleep till 10 o'clock. Um, like even when I sleep in, I'll sleep in until like 8 or 9. Ugh. Oh my gosh! And that is also a very long like that's a very long time for me um to sleep in. Like that's me like literally forcing my eyes shut so that I can sleep an extra hour, like I'm really struggling to get that. I'm really not focused on getting those that like 1 to 3 hours of extra sleep time, and that'd be phenomenal too. Like anything above 6 hours regularly is just that'd be an amazing thing. I would love to get 8 hours a day every day. Um, I would. But it would require me going to bed at like 8 o'clock or something, 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, and that's not possible because I work at nights and I don't get home until 10 o'clock, 11 or 12. Um, so it can be very difficult. We all have. Oh my gosh, it's 30. We're at 30 minutes already. All right. I kind of zoned out for a second. I'm not gonna lie, I really did zone out. What we're gonna do is we're gonna add. a massive cold. Oh my gosh. I got a massive cold. Let's get this. There we go. Uh, this red here, and I'm gonna go to dress. And what I think I'm gonna do is, we're just gonna say that I did this right here, like this right here, this. No, we'll say we did this. Maybe I don't know. We're somewhere around here. Um, I can live with this stuff. That's okay. But this kind of needs to be worked on a little bit more. And hopefully, I'll be able to work on it when I'm um, more awake. I think I was drawing on this area. It's kind of difficult to say. Anyways, that's it for the day. Like, let's zoom out here. Zoom out. Let's save it. Let's rotate it real quick. I really can't wait to start working on the actual faces, to be quite honest with you. That would be very nice. I can't wait for that to be the start soon, and it might start sooner than later. I'm slowly but surely getting through these areas, and that's really, oh man. Oh gosh, I drew on the dress layer. Um, let's go to history. Uh, let's see if we can get the history layer because I don't want to. I want to go to the history. Where's the history guy? Where are you? History. It's got to be somewhere. Let's close this. Layers, layers, and what's this? Layers, and let's go. Whoa, it's like lagging. History. Oh, it's right here. It's like it's literally in my face. Okay, all right. I need to go back to layers, and we need to go to the brush tool, and yeah, yeah, that's what we want to do. We'll do that. I'm glad I got the dress copy because I X'd on that layer dress copy when I needed to X on the X's. So I think I'll do that right now. I'm gonna collapse that and we're gonna zoom in. And I think these layers need to be accounted for. I think this is okay. Like a lot of these are okay, but like, over here, like this is okay. I'll leave it like right there. As long as they look, it looks decent, right? Like similar. I'm okay with it being kind of discombobulated, you know. So that's what I wanted because I actually, as I said, I drew on I wrote on the wrong layer. Okay, so that's it. I gotta get going. We're gonna save you again. Let's zoom out, and am I'm done for the day. It's 34 minutes. It's late at night, and I need to get my rest because actually today, is going to be a long day as well. And maybe I might be able to sneak a nap in. That would make my day. If I can sneak a nap in, I'll be happy. I'll be a happy camper. That's for sure. All righty then. I just want to say thank you so much for watching this live stream. Maybe you enjoyed my banter, my little chatty Cathy filibuster. I don't know what you would call it. Um, and maybe you enjoyed my antidotes, I guess. Are they antidotes? I don't know. Anyways, I wish you all the best. I must get going now. This is Pierson. I am the #1 live art streamer in the world. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and share, comment, like. Thank you so much. Cheers.